So on the UBI, we have a question. Is it likely that established interests would resist a tax on data and tech to fund the UBI? And how would you overcome that resistance?
You know, so I have some friends in Silicon Valley, and when I go to them and I say, hey guys, are you automating away the jobs? They're like, yeah, I am, or we are. They don't say that in public. Let's say if you're like talking to them. And then you say, how do you feel about that? And almost all of them will say, not good. Like, I don't like the fact that my work is making other people's work less relevant. And then you ask them the big question, is like, are you willing to take a haircut and make a sacrifice in order to keep your country strong and whole? And then about half of them say yes. And then half of them say no. So it is not like a clean issue where this is not somehow us against them. My friends in Silicon Valley are generally just people doing their own jobs, but they are Americans, they're parents, they're patriots, and some of them are on board with a plan that helps keep their greater country strong and whole, as opposed to trying to maximize every last dollar. And one of the things I say is, look, this is a better environment for progress and innovation if other people are excited about it. That it's not like Donald Trump is like a good sign for progress and innovation. That we need to get Americans excited about some sort of shared and collective progress again.
So what will the resistance be? What will the arguments be against the UBI? Is it anti-American, the UBI?
Well, again, a majority of Democrats now support it, and nearly a majority of independents and conservatives. It's like something like 40-something%. And so people are waking up to the fact that we need to think bigger about how to build a trickle-up economy that works for people again. I think the biggest barrier is really the sense of possibility, because most Americans cannot think big enough to think like that as a citizen, I'm entitled to a $1,000 dividend, or that as a society, we are easily wealthy enough to afford a $1,000 dividend for every adult. Most every American and most every human has a built-in mindset of scarcity, because that's the way we're programmed. And so if you go around saying something like, hey, $1,000 dividend, like for a lot of people, it's just, it literally just seems impossible. So one of the neuroscientists said to me, the enemy of universal basic income is the human mind. And so that, in many ways, is what we have to overcome. But what I'm happy to say is that people are waking up to the possibility of relative abundance every day.
So it's usually said, as Maine goes, so goes the nation. But I take it that the best example of UBI in America right now is Alaska, right?
Yeah, so Alaska in 1982, they implemented this petroleum dividend, where now everyone in Alaska gets between $1,000 and $2,000 a year, no questions asked. And it's wildly popular, has created thousands of jobs, has improved children's health, has decreased income inequality, and it's been with them for almost 40 years. So what I've been going around saying is, look, if they did that with oil money, we can do what they did in Alaska for the rest of the country with technology money. And Alaska is a deep red conservative state. So again, it shows that this is not some kind of province of the left. This is actually something that's been in effect in an American state for almost 40 years now.
That's a really important point. Okay, this is a problem I really struggle with.